Do y'all know the story of Richie Valens? And if you aren't familiar with that name, you might be familiar with the movie La Bamba. That's the story about him. And if you haven't watched the movie or you don't know anything about him, Richie was actually afraid to fly in planes. And the crazy thing is that's the way he died. He died in a freak plane accident. And you might be asking yourself, how does this relate to that video? Well, actually, one of my greatest fears is that a piston is gonna go flying into my fucking ass cheeks while I'm sitting at my desk playing a game or something. And when I sat down to make this video the first time, I actually almost had that happen to me. I'll put a picture up, and I was fucking terrified. So it is true, your fears will be manifested, and that's probably the way you're gonna get taken out. So in that case, I hope I don't die by some goth fucking mom. Anyways, to kick off this channel, I'm gonna do some easy content just to get in the groove of things, and what better way to do that than be lazy and do a loadout? This video was actually brought up because my friend Josh, my beautiful friend Josh, is a very good player at this game, and he has a second account that he kind of trolls on with me when he plays with me because I'm pretty ass. So he goes on that account and he just kind of runs around with a deagle or a scout and he kind of trolls. But what he does have is skins on that account, and he buys the worst battle scarred skins he can find, and they are the most diarrhea, atrocious looking things I've ever seen in my life. And that made me think, wow, he could make a whole loadout and look like a fucking homeless person. And so that brought the idea of this video. Shout out to Josh, shout out to my fucking carry. I thought, why don't I just make a homeless loadout video? Some easy content just to get in the groove of things. And so yeah, that's what we're doing. So originally I had thought of a skin for each weapon, but to be honest, you can look homeless with any skin, literally just get it battle scarred to fucking shit. Just get a brown skin or a green skin, make it battle scarred, and it just looks like somebody sprayed it with their ass juices. That's boring. So I wanted each skin to have a specific story and a real idea behind it. First off, we're gonna start with the glove knife combo. You cannot go wrong with battle scarred duct tape gloves. You're gonna save a lot of money with this, and you're gonna play the role. You need it battle scarred, and it needs to be duct tape, because honestly, it looks like you wipe your hands with your shit on the daily. And if anybody had these on, I would be terrified. Second, you realistically could choose any knife, just get a rust coat, somewhere between well-worn and battle scarred, but there's three main knives I would choose from: the falchion knife, the Navajo knife, and my favorite, the stiletto knife. The stiletto knife comboed with the duct tape gloves literally looks like a walking AIDS patient. Like, did to your ass, twin? Get stabbed by this knife or kill yourself. I'm killing myself because you're gonna die anyways getting poked by this. If you even come within a mile radius of this combo, you're catching HIV. Like, there's no way. If you're using the P2000, you're gonna have to go with the granite marbleized, and you're gonna have to get it not too battle scarred, but a little bit battle scarred to where it just looks like a moldy piece of cheese. And honestly, if you are using the P2000 over the USP, you probably are homeless or a fent head. The USP 4 sleeves. This one's kind of boring, but I thought I'd throw it in here just to give an example of a boring skin. The 4 sleeves battle scarred, like, it just looks like somebody shit on it. That's pretty much it. Ooh, getting into fun ones. The Block 18. Now you might think, why the fuck would a homeless person have a Block 18? This doesn't make any sense. Yes it does. Imagine a homeless dude walking into a 7-Eleven with a Block 18, a literal Glock made out of Legos, pointing it at the cashier and saying, put the money in the bag. Huh? That just makes sense. Like, homeless people be doing some fucking crazy shit like that anyways. Following that, the P250 containment. There's not much to say about this skin. It just looks disgusting. It's a homeless type beat. Like, there's nothing else to say. It's just gross. The dual Berettas. This one, much like the Block 18, the Hydro Strike, it just makes sense. A homeless person walking around with a squirt gun, trying to rob people, trying to get away with it. And it's just like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Like, on with the theme of homeless people and crazy pistols. Easily the best 5.7. The monkey business. A literal homeless person walking around with a banana on fucking crack trying to rob people, once again, cannot be beaten. And with the craft, I think I put the craft in the video. I'll try to edit it. I'll try to edit it in. God damn, that's a lot of it's. I'll try to edit it in. And I think that the googly eye and the bow just add the cherry on top of the craziness. The deagle, you're gonna want to mutter with this sticker craft on it. I'm just joking. Deagle's kind of boring, I'm gonna be real. You could use the mutter, make it look like shit stains, but I thought I'd throw it in there. Fuck that guy. Just like the 5.7, the R8 banana cannon. Once again, homeless dude, banana, trying to rob people. Just makes sense. CZ, shit skin. Now we're getting into another interesting one. The Tech 9 remote control. I put a few of these type of skins in the loadout. Like, just look at it. Like, is it a bomb? Is it a detonator? Like, what is it? Like, if I saw a homeless person with this, I'm doing whatever they tell me, because they're gonna either shoot you or you're both blowing up. You're gone. You're just gone. Headed into the medium weapons, the Nova Walnut I feel like is a good contender, but the Rusco, it just gives me a nice like homeless vibe. You know what I mean? It just looks right. Another boring skin, I wish it was a little bit better detailed, but the XM Bone Machine, I think this would have fit if it looked better. It's just a little too bright and kind of weird, but I mean, with the skulls and the symbols, it kind of, you know, it just fits. Mag 7 copper coated. If a gun got shit on, it would be this one. You need it in battle scarred though, because I think if in factory new, it looks it looks a little bit more shiny, but in battle scarred, it literally looks like someone diarrheaed on this gun. There's no way around it. Someone shit on this gun. Do you know what shotgun doesn't deserve a shout out? The sawed off. Because oh my god, if you actually spend money to buy a skin on this weapon and use it in game, you probably are a fent head. The MP9 BioLeak, honestly, this just looks like, I don't know how to explain this weapon, but it just reminds me of like that weird sewer dog shit that you walk past and it's just like weird textured and it's just a little too green. That's what this skin reminds me of. Another good skin that looks like a homeless man made this thing out of parts he found in the sewer and just recycled. The Mac 10 pipe down. 100% in battle scar too. It gets a little darker and a little more rustic looking. Super good fitting skin. PP Bison fuel rod. Ah man, I wish this had like a CS2 update to make it look like the goo was moving around in the bottom of the mag. The PP Bison already just looks like a water gun, and on top of that, it just has some radioactive like cum in it, or I don't know what you want to call that, but just spraying that on your victims, yeah, I'm good. P90 doesn't get a shout out. If you use that gun, you were probably in silver and all you do is run down mid and get 2 kills and then yell at your team because you got kills and that's all you did. You're not useful. Ooh, the MP5 kit bash. Okay, this one I do enjoy. It is a little boring, but it does remind me of a game called Gotham City Imposters. It looks like something a villain or like a criminal in Gotham City would have, so I kind of like this one, and it's not too expensive either, which is cool. The UMP 45 Plastique. Yeah, this is just another bomb. You see a homeless person whip this shit out, you're doing whatever they're telling you. MP7, another boring one. You see either the Mischief or the Just Smile. It sucks that these skins just have boring graffiti ones, but I tried my best to like look at these skins and think, what can I say about this? But now the MP7, just boring skins. Ooh, the Negev Loudmouth. I just imagine a homeless dude whipping this big ass LMG out and talking to it in the middle of a standoff. Like, Carl, don't listen to them. Don't let them take you alive. And he's like, I'm not. And just fucking unloads on the crowd. You know what I'm saying? He's just straight out of his mind with this weapon. M249. Not gonna give it a shout out because I don't think a single soul even uses this weapon in the game, let alone in TDM when it's the bonus weapon. It is genuinely the worst weapon in the game, and I don't even think homeless people use this weapon. That's how unused it is. But I'll give it a shout out. The downtown, just graffiti, boring, just like the gun. Finally, onto the rifles. The AK, I felt like I might have chose this one a little too quick. I probably could have looked at a few of them and thought about it, but easily the Night Wish. Specifically with this weapon, I don't just think of like, oh, homeless person doing drugs. I think of homeless person finding a random AK, not knowing what to do with it, doing drugs, drawing on the weapon, and then like standing outside a 7-Eleven, and when you're walking in just trying to grab your fucking Ben and Jerry's and a water, he's like, hey, you want to buy an AK? And you're like, what the fuck, you have an AK? And then like just removes his jacket and there's just this freaking whacked out AK. That's what I imagine with the Night Wish. Ooh, I like this one. The M4A4 Turbine. This reminds me of a homeless person somehow just getting his hands on a military weapon that's like in testing, and it's just shooting lasers. For some reason, just has this thing. And who can forget the M4A4's brother, the A1S? We're gonna go with the control panel. This is another one of those weapons where you don't even know what it is and you're just terrified. You don't even know if it shoots. You don't know what it's gonna do. Ooh, just got buffed, so you're probably gonna pay a little bit more for this right now. The FAMAS sticks. I like this one. It just looks like somebody bled on it, and if you touch this weapon, you're catching whatever disease they have. Another boring one, the Galil Vandal. Couldn't really find a cool one for this one, but yeah, there it is. The SG553 COD gun, Gator Mesh Battle Scarred. Boring gun gets a boring skin. Next we have its cousin, the AUG. Once again, not really a cool skin, but it does fit the theme. Radiation hazard. On to the Scout. The scout fever dream for sure. In the same way I think about the night wish, I think about the fever dream. He's trying to sell it on the street now, and it's just like, he's like, hey, you want to buy a sniper? And it's just like, where the fuck did you get this? And finally, the op Phobos. Once again, just like the M4A4, this one reminds me of a military type weapon that just somehow got leaked to a homeless person, and now he just has it, and he's threatening an entire community with it, and he is causing mass panic and havoc. But yeah, that's about it.